You know what? Everybody say hi, YouTube. I'm going to upload this. Everybody say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Everybody up there say hi, YouTube.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile, and
there
welcome to GGG Live. We have massive changes to show you today with Path of Exile, Curse of the Allflame, which is coming out next week on July 25th. Twitch drops are enabled.
I know. That's why I said
your
it.
Abyssal Soul Shatter rare finisher effect by following the instructions below.
Pog!
If you're waiting though, roll the trailer for Path of Exile, Curse of the Allflame.
The Allflame calls us to the sea.
Everybody's saying it's Abyss-like.
To a lost wreck that still
Boat League!
Ghostly rain.
Come on, Boat League!
A curse.
This is straight up Underwater League. We going underwater?
We can explore the sea floor. We must find the source of the Allflame before the brine rot. Somewhere in the blackest depths,
This is pretty cool, though.
bounty and death await.
Curse of the Allflame. Looking pretty cool. Oh, Pleasure Voyage. Allflame crafting. I mean, hasn't that always been a thing? What? 125 life, energy, shield, movement speed. Yeah, I saw movement speed. On an amulet? Was that an amulet? I can't remember. New lightning coil. 20% fizz taken as lightning on a lightning coil. As the implicit. New uniques. Okay. Ascendancy class, the Luminary.
Find your fortune.
The Luminary. Is this the same? I mean,
Depths of the sea.
is that what's going to replace the other one? Are they just rebranding it, or? Okay. So many questions.
Today's stream will be walking you through all the
Voyages.
details of Path of Exile, Curse of the Allflame, where you'll comb the ocean floor discovering sunken artifacts of forgotten origins, fight the horrors of the deep, and do your best to keep from being crushed by the waters above you. We're revisiting some familiar mechanics to bring new life to systems that have begun, perhaps, to show their age. Abyss and Legion will both be receiving
Mercenaries.
significant upgrades, including
A Mercenaries Abyss?
and a new chase crafting system.
Legion
for new
rewards
items in Legion.
overhaul.
In
I have
addition to
never
revamps
touched
of the existing
Legion
leagues, though,
at
we'll
all,
also bring
ever.
back some old friends.
I never do
The
it.
Mercenaries of Trathus are making their way back to Rayclast. Then we'll explain our new in-game
Holy
system. We will join
Mercenaries
Kirak in investigating
returning.
anomalies appearing on the Atlas. After that, we'll discuss the character and skill balance coming in Curse of the Allflame.
Socket colors
Finally, we'll
reworked.
cover our new set of support.
Did you
packs.
see it?
After which,
That's
we'll
like
have
my
a live
least
Q&A
favorite part of the
session.
game.
Ziggy D will interview Path of Exile's game director Mark, as well as game designers Octavian and Andrew, answering your questions from Twitch chat. After the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 AM NZT. So let's get started. I'll hand
Gonna
things
drop
over to
my
Mark to
full
introduce
patch
the
note.
New league.
Hi,
What?
I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. In Path of Exile, Curse of the Allflame, a long-forgotten mystery has begun to stir beneath
yeah.
A-class seas. Hidden in the icy depths lie strange and immensely powerful treasures, waiting for those bold enough to claim them. Meet Valerie, a dangerous Corsair captain who needs boots on the ground and on the sea floor to help her retrieve these treasures and unlock their potential. This is where you come in,
Core.
to help her find the charts scattered
Put it in
across
core
Rayclast.
right now. I don't even want to hear the rest of it.
Use those to guide her ship to the patch of brine that holds loot for the taking. In return, you'll get a cut of the profits. These lost charts are guarded by
This
the
smells like
undead,
Heist
rival
2.0.
Corsairs, or horrible creatures of the deep. Each of these monster
But open
encounters
world.
will also have a custom bonus for defeating the
Whoa.
enemies. For example, successfully defeating the accursed undead that guard
Blank
this
page.
treasure chest will cause the grateful trapped soul inside to grant you its power, possessing you and granting you ghastly power for the rest of the area. Once a chart is in hand,
So it's
you'll
a
board the good
self-possession
ship, the
league.
Sovereign, Valerie, or Val's, reappropriated Oriathan naval vessel. Here, Val introduces you to the heart and soul of her ship, quite literally. Vesper, another Pondium native like Val, is bound to this ship. His soul burns with the Allflame's curse, and were his comatose body to be removed from the ship, he would surely die. The silvery apparatus that lines the bows and eaves of the vessel allow him to steer the Sovereign anywhere in Rayclast's waters.
It's a
Using
dead
the
dude that
chart you've
steers the
brought,
boat.
Vesper can navigate to a
Well,
location
an almost
so
dead
you can
dude.
scout it for Val, and while doing so, claim whatever treasures there might be. How, though, will you avoid a watery grave once sunk below? Vesper controls a spark of the Allflame, a powerful and mysterious magic, which has been imbued into a number of devices aboard the ship. Chief among them, the bathysphere. This entirely safe and well-tested contraption of rivets, bolts, and metal will be your ticket beneath the waves to explore and plunder.
Oh.
While scouting the depths, in order to not need an ample
Yeah,
supply
alright.
of air, we're instead going to place Allflame lanterns. These are conduits of the power
Delve.
that keeps Vesper alive and bound to the ship, and give
It's
you
Delve.
the temporary safety you need to do that exploring. Without them, you will drown. The first of these is strapped to the bathysphere and activates on landing, rushing the water away to reveal horrifying monstrosities, lost treasures, and a strange luminous coral growing from
They're
the
mixing the
corrupted dead in
tech,
oceans of
like the
Rayclast.
walls.
These strange
from
growths are
Mirage.
the real reason Val has asked you to plumb these waters, as the coral can be broken down into dead man sulfur.
Like the
fuel
walls
that
right
keeps
there.
Vesper's light burning.
It's the same
As you get to the
rendering as
perimeter
the
of safety
Mirage
provided by an
walls.
Allflame lantern,
It's just green.
Val will drop more
But you can
down
pass
at your
through it.
request.
I think I see it
There's
a little
also
bit.
an option available to have new lanterns fired automatically for you as soon as you need them, if you prefer speed over fine control. Explore and claim what you can while you can. Lost fortunes of gold, chests of valuables, and lurking
Man.
threats all lie in wait for you beneath the waves. You might
Bosses?
even find the odd lost missive, waylaid on its travel to its intended recipient. But hey, finders keepers, right? Beware though, as Vesper can only power so many lanterns at once, and that power is finite. On placing the last of your lanterns, they will begin, one by one, to flicker and fade, and the creatures of the deep will rush in as they sense the vanishing of the light. You'll have to rush back to the safety of the bathysphere, escaping the cold clutches of creatures that despise the light you bring. You'll want to place every lantern though.
Why do I
as
feel like
exploring
Quinn's gonna
collect
die
enough
to
dead
that
man sulfur
mechanic.
is the only way to successfully chart the area.
He's just
for the
not gonna
next step. Planning
Know what to do
before
and panic.
Val will keep a record of the areas you've charted, storing details.
But it
in
ain't
her
no big
journals.
deal for the unstoppable
Once you've
Jug.
charted enough areas, just talk
Jug
to Val,
this league. Jug this
place your
league.
charts on Val's board, connect them together, and create one giant seafloor excursion. Each area you chart will reveal a special modifier that applies when it is used as part of a voyage, applied to either the charts adjacent to it or the whole voyage. Here are a few examples. This modifier causes all equipment dropped by monsters in adjacent charts to be converted to gold.
Okay.
This modifier will spawn friendly jellyfish alongside every pack of monsters in your voyage,
Frogs
which you will
2.0.
promptly slaughter for extra loot and experience, we're sure. This
Frogs
modifier
2.0.
causes all monsters in adjacent charts to be empowered by wildwood wisps. With 9 positions on your board for charts when constructing a voyage, these can stack up fast.
Oh yeah,
There are
you're
also
gonna have
charts which
to.
can take you to
There's a
specially
lot of
rewarding
juicing
areas of the
potential.
ocean floor. Fields
A
of
lot
anchors
of juicing
strewn with
potential.
treasure chests full of loot, Calguran shipments lost at sea, and sunken abyssal
Now I kind of
pits
want to like
teeming
play
with
on
monsters,
softcore a little
to
bit.
name just a few.
Because I want to play on
There are even
softcore.
some ancient artifacts you might find and resurface. Additionally, the edges of the voyage board track the currents of
Oh
corruption
yeah, the top 1%
flowing
of
through the
people.
waters of Rayclast, with randomized effects being rolled with each new voyage to affect the charts placed adjacent to them. These add even
Oh,
further
okay.
rewards to your voyages. You can
Yeah,
shape up
alright.
the way you choose to place your charts.
That's interesting.
Stack
Okay.
all of that together in a well-planned voyage.
That's a
with
lot
bit of
better
luck,
than the
it'd be a
Adziri
very
temple, in my
profitable endeavor.
opinion.
But
Way
with so
better.
much work to claim, how are you going to get it all to the surface?
With like just as equal
Val has
of
a solution
juicing
for just
potential.
that problem. In each of the charts that comprise your voyage, there will be a capsule waiting for you, sent down by Val, which can store about an
A
inventory
little
worth of
prison
loot.
wallet.
Stuff these full.
This is an extraction
send Val a
shooter?
signal, and she will pull it back up to the surface, safe and sound.
What is this? Escape from Tarkov
Since
now?
voyages are built of 9 charts, that's a lot of opportunities to send back plenty of valuables.
What?
Once you're satisfied with the plunder from your well-planned voyage, find any of these capsule locations and call the bathysphere to it as your ticket out. Val will send
I
it
mean,
down to
it's
your
definitely an
rescue
interesting
as fast as you can.
mechanic.
You just need to survive.
I kind of
until it
want to
gets
play
there.
softcore just to
Good luck.
have fun with it and just like, I don't know,
Once you
experiment
do,
with
don't
ways
forget
to
to
play
empty all those capsules full of loot.
versus it, you know?
Now, back to all that dead man sulfur that you've been hard at work gathering. Is that just to keep the Sovereign afloat?
That
and
looks
Vespa
like a
alive?
heist locker.
No,
Ew.
it's not. Once you've got a bunch of it, head below decks, and you'll find the heart of the ship at work.
Dicks.
Whilst Vespa's body remains above deck, burning away in a contraption of tarnished pipes and corpse-stained glass, resides Vespa's soul. And you'll find him to be a pretty crafty fellow, if a bit melancholy. That's where this league's item crafting system comes into play.
Imagine
Give
your
Vespa an
purpose
item
is just to be a
alongside
fire.
currency that you could normally use on that item, and an ample supply of dead man's sulfur. That item is then split into a multitude of ghostly forms, each of which will be the result of having applied that currency to the original item. You can then pick
Oh,
which of the
what? It's
ghostly
like
outcomes you like
a
best
triple
to keep for
Hinakora's
yourself.
lock.
The others
Only
will go
that
up
you're
in smoke,
locked into,
as
you know,
Vespa can only reify a single outcome.
whatever 3 options that you
This
get.
can be done with
That's cool.
almost any crafting step you
I like that.
Want to see a few outcomes for that influenced exalted orb? Perhaps you've got a particularly expensive
But you have to
fossil
lock
combination you
into
want to
one
get
of those
maximum
2
value out of.
options. You can't just like cancel it out, probably.
Do be wary though, as the more potent the craft, the
A
more
boba.
sulfur Vespa will require to see it done. That's not all, however, as the seafloor hides some yet undiscovered potential in the form of rare,
Potente
valuable
potential.
ducats. These can be consumed by Vespa to warp and twist items in ways not seen in centuries, such as Kishara's Ducat, which creates 4 ghostly copies of an item, each of which will keep 1 mod from the original, perfect for creating powerful crafting bases. The Gentile's Ducat, which can solve item or gem requirement
So it's like
problems
beast
by
crafting
changing one
almost,
attribute
too.
to another. And Brine Hook's Ducat, with which you can become an emissary of the gods of Rayclast. Who knows what these aspects might do? These Ducats come from special types of charts, so keep an eye out for them.
They've
on your
been cooking
travels
on this
throughout
a bit.
Rayclast. You may even find some that lead you to notably unwelcoming waters.
You know, for a boat league,
So that
They had to
covers the
cook a
new
bit.
league.
They-
And for the first
they had to
time
cook
in
a little
half
bit
of
with that.
Exile, we're finally going
now
under
what
the
other
sea.
changes are there?
Some might even say this is the first real boat league. But that's not all. Not even close. Next up,
Uh-oh.
we've got an old favorite making a return. The mercenaries of Trathus are once again roaming
Mercenaries,
Rayclast, looking for
mercenaries.
hapless fools to duel. Mercenaries will start appearing from Act 3 in San. Before beginning a duel, you'll be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered. Here,
Little
you
garbage,
can see the
trash
gear they have
mercenary.
equipped and the
It's Act
skills they
2, but
employ.
trash mercenary.
As
Trash.
per the Trathan code, you have the
Take 'em
right
out.
to wager for an item the mercenary is carrying. You'll stake some of your gold, and the duel commences.
I might play softcore, man. This just seems like a really fun league to like kind of play on repeat, but
If
I don't
you
know,
lose,
maybe I will go.
you
It
forfeit
all
the levied
depends
gold, and the
on the
mercenary will
balancing.
teleport out.
It all
repulsed
depends
at
on the
such a poor
balancing.
display. Win, however, and to the victor will go the spoils. In addition, if you win the duel, the mercenary will aid you as an ally for a number of areas. Trathan mercenaries are powerful allies to have in Rayclast, assisting in a number of ways. Some mercenaries can provide you with powerful auras and buffs, while other mercenaries can do all the killing for you. While in map areas, if you don't like anything the mercenary offers, you have the ability to request their warrant. A warrant is a promise to return
He said a
and
number
duel
of
again
areas
at a
not
later
permanent.
date.
True.
A call to action that calls that
I
specific
wonder if they're
mercenary
going to have
a
the
future
same
map
issue
with the same
as
set of
before,
skills,
where you
but a
could
new set of
spam the
items.
waypoint over
A
and over
mercenary will
again
only grant
to
their warrant
roll a
once,
mercenary that
however,
you want.
preventing you from fighting that mercenary in every single area.
I wonder if
Warrants
they, like,
also allow you to trade specific mercenaries
remembered.
to other players. It is important to note that unlike in Mercenaries of Trathis League, having a mercenary does not count as a player party member. So having a mercenary does not increase monster life or the quantity and rarity of items dropped from monsters.
oh, that's
Given
very
that,
nice for
you may
HC.
be wondering, but what if I really like a mercenary I found? They have a great personality and powerful skills. Is there really no way I can keep them as an ally permanently? Well, you can, but only if you are a Scion. For the second time in 6 months, the Scion is getting a new Ascendancy class.
Oh,
Luminary.
I
The
see.
Luminary is a natural leader, lighting the way for others to follow. Becoming a
Yeah,
Luminary immediately lets them allocate the Noble Blood passive, allowing them to permanently hire any mercenary they find in Ray class.
It's another Minion
Luminaries can have up to
League!
3
It's another
permanently
Minion
hired mercenaries,
League!
2
You
in
can't fool
reserve
me,
and
Mark.
talented hideouts,
You can't.
and 1 as an active ally in combat.
So
Unlike
dumb.
with regular mercenaries, you can change the items permanently hired mercenaries have equipped, opening up innumerate potential build possibilities. By default, permanently hired mercenaries cannot be equipped with unique items, but these passives enable them to equip specific types of uniques, while the legendary arms passive empowers mercenaries that have many different unique items equipped. Luminaries have the flexibility
And it
of
has a
becoming
minion
support
buff
character to
on
their
it.
mercenary, or
I saw
having their
that flavor
mercenary support
text.
them.
Not the flavor text, the
Oath
actual
of
text.
Fealty and Golden Glory passives empower your mercenary by using your link skills on them. The
It's
Loyal
more
Bodyguard
minion!
and Bestowed Knighthood passives enable your mercenary to protect you in combat, as well as enhancing their aura skills. As with any old league that we add to the core game, we have added full Atlas Tree and Scarab support. Here are just a few examples. These passives allow you to much more easily target the specific types of mercenaries you want showing up in your maps. The Loot
Okay.
and Pillage passive gives mercenaries a chance to drop all their items when defeated, instead of just the one you selected. The Trathan Scarab of Renown makes it so the spawned mercenary is covered head to tail in unique items. And the Trathan Scarab of Infamy
What?
forces a more powerful, infamous mercenary
What?
to spawn, accompanied by 2
Here's
other
just the
mercenaries
full
for a
set of the
truly
uniques.
unfair
Here you
duel.
go.
Unfair for them.
That's pretty funny. It's like, I don't know,
There's
just
even
having
a few
a
entirely new mercenary types, one of which is found exclusively on the seafloor.
T16
in rare, Curse
rare
of the
dude.
Allflame
The Seer.
encounters.
It's just like the Seer.
Sellswords of Trathis won't be the whole of your problems in 329, however,
Nameless Seer.
as the denizens of the Lightless are getting some much-needed updates
Full
for the
set one
modernization
out.
and rework of Abyss. When we brought Abyss over to Path of Exile 2 and Rise of the Abyssal, some functional changes to the mechanic were made to improve the gameplay significantly. In Curse of the Allflame, the majority of those changes will be making their way back to Path of Exile 1. The existing Abyss content had some notable problems. Aside from being very dated, it also required the player to follow a crack as it opens, often backtracking throughout already cleared areas.
I don't know, I
As you
liked
approach an abyssal pit
PoE1
and the
Abyss.
cracks leading up to it, you will find that it is already open and spilling forth abyssal energy into the surrounding area, subjugating the souls of enemies unlucky enough to be within its influence.
I mean, both are just,
Slaying these
both are
enemies will send those
good
souls spiraling
in their
down into
own
the
little
pit,
way, I
drawing
guess.
the attention and ire of the minions of Kulamark that dwell beneath. Slay enough of them, and the abyssal
At least you
legion will
don't get
spill forth from
ambushed
their
by
domain
them.
to tear you apart.
They're just there. Rather than Abyss, it's like, oh, here's
The upshot
a
of this
rare
rework
right
is
on your
twofold.
face. it counters
there is now
your
much
entire
more visceral
build.
feedback in
Enjoy.
the moment-to-moment gameplay of Abyss, with audio
That's
and visual
fair.
cues drawing the player along. And most importantly, you'll never need to chase a meandering abyssal crack around a map ever again. No more backtracking. However, be on your guard. The abyssal minions of Kulamak have some different tricks up their sleeves
Mana
in PoE
ring.
1, and many employ entirely different skills to those of their PoE 2 counterparts.
Okay.
To be clear, there are still
Above it.
some aspects of the existing abyssal system that we will be keeping.
He does it every
Abyssal jewels and
reveal.
items with abyssal sockets
To be clear.
will remain.
Look at Mark.
In fact, we have given Abyss a similar treatment
Tobias
to what we did
Clearson.
with Dell fossils in our last release, moving abyssal rewards out of other areas of the game to make Abyss the exclusive source of abyssal jewels and Stygian vices. This will also come with a
okay,
complete
good,
refresh of
good.
abyssal scarabs
That's
and
good.
Atlas passive tree investments.
Because like Blight, you
with
could
some
just
truly
print
dangerous
abyssal
and
shit.
wild new ways to take on the lightless hordes.
And I
Lastly,
kind of
for
agree
Abyss,
that needed to
but
change.
definitely not least,
That was a good change.
Abyss is bringing an
Hey,
entirely
Macho.
new in-game pinnacle boss with its own set of brand new unique items.
Ugh.
This boss has a very unique way of accessing it. What does this eyeball do? Good luck figuring this
So
one out.
unique.
Let's move on to our
You
next
gotta put
leg
the
being
eye
reworked,
in like,
Legion.
so you gotta
Every league
find
should have
the map.
distinct and interesting rewards
pop
that
the
are
eye in.
exclusively available from that mechanic. This allows players to specialize in certain corners of the game, rewarding those who engage with a given mechanic. Legion is next on our list to receive this treatment. Despite having a unique combat mechanic,
I'm gonna have to
we
practice.
felt Legion didn't have interesting exclusive rewards
I'm gonna have
outside
to
of timeless
practice.
jewels. While incubators were technically exclusive to Legion, they effectively granted the same rewards that you could get elsewhere. So, what are we doing about it? Firstly,
Tightening up.
incubators are being removed. No longer will you have to remember to apply incubators to all your equipment every few maps.
But
Instead, we will be adding a new type of reward exclusive to Legion, vestigial unique items. Legion generals and maps will have a chance to drop a new type of currency item, enshrouding crystals. These can be used on your unique armors.
I bet
You
it's
can then
gonna.
take the enshrouded item to the domain of timeless conflict, which might look a little bit different to what you
Oh.
remember. A giant crystal emerges from the center of the domain, and there appears to be some sort of entity
It gets a
trapped inside,
rework.
potentially the reason that these armies are engaged in eternal conflict. At the base of the crystal are a number of smaller crystals. Clicking
Okay.
on one allows us to place our enshrouded item inside. As we then kill monsters in the domain of timeless conflict, our gloves within the crystal begin to transform. And once you have killed enough, the crystal becomes volatile and looks ready to fracture. I wonder what will come out. Our Shaper's Touch transformed into a Malagero's Virtuosity. But
Cool.
now, the Malagero's Virtuosity has a trace of the original enshrouded item bestowed upon it, in the form of a vestigial implicit modifier. As you can see, enshrouding
Oh.
crystals allow you to transfer powerful modifiers from one unique item onto
Oh,
another. Here are some more examples of vestigial unique items.
that's crazy. That's pretty
Boots.
crazy.
Gloves,
Doriani's touch
Shields.
on gloves.
and body armors.
All sockets linked.
In addition to vestigial items, we are also
That's pretty
making
cool.
a number of small improvements to Legion. You no longer need to kill every last monster to begin the Legion encounter. Breaking out all the key monsters, chests, and the majority of monsters will be enough to start the combat automatically. No more cheeky single monster hiding in the corner, preventing your encounter from starting.
Yeah, okay.
Legion monsters drop fewer splinters, but in larger stack sizes, resulting in fewer clicks in each encounter. Unrelenting timeless emblems have been removed, with regular timeless emblems absorbing many of their effects, causing the domain of timeless conflict to become harder, but more rewarding as you kill monsters. Your reward progress in the domain is now tracked by charging up these small purple crystals. Rather than flooding your screen
I kind of
with
want to play
hundreds of reward
softcore now.
items, the rewards are still the same.
Still
just
need
not
to see the
obscuring your
balancing.
screen with symbols.
Just need to see it.
Talismans were introduced back in 2015,
Too.
but over the years, they've been long neglected and lack a meaningful place or purpose. we are making a number of changes to bring talismans back to relevance. Firstly, talismans are now exclusive rewards from Bestiary. Every red beast has a chance to drop a talisman specific to that beast.
Just make them overpowered. Mark, just make them overpowered and all is forgiven.
Can drop
Plus
the
one all.
talisman. What makes these talismans special? Well, you'll notice a couple of changes compared to old talismans.
It's kind of the same as the unique
talismans
mechanic,
no longer drop
but for
corrupted,
talismans.
making them far easier to craft once you find one. Secondly, the special modifiers on talismans are now enchantments, rather than implicits. This means they compete with blight anointments, allowing their effects to be significantly more powerful than before. Here are a few more examples of new talismans.
Increased
Talisman
action
unique items
speed.
have all been improved, and now have a
Unstoppable
chance to drop
Jug.
from all
Log in.
bestiary bosses.
It might be
Check out the
Unstoppable
new
Jug.
Eyes of
Log
the
in.
Great Wolf Talisman, which has some crazy possibilities.
Plus 7 max fire res.
So that is everything covering the new and reworked
Or
league mechanics
Chieftain.
for 329. Now, that's already quite a lot of in-game content, with mercenaries returning.
But you know that's going to
an
be like
upgraded
mirrored to your
Abyss,
item.
Legion's new reward mechanic, and of course,
It's never
everything
gonna
the
drop.
Curse of the Allflame League has to offer. But even with all of that, we're not done. Because what about the Atlas itself? Given Zana's actions to try and destroy it in the last 2 expansions. Zana's actions are causing the Atlas to become ever more destabilized. Strange locations have begun to manifest on the Atlas, many of which seem to be bleeding over from familiar places in Rayclast. Kerak has labeled these as anomalies. When you complete maps affected by a Voidstone, there is a chance that when you next open your Atlas, an anomaly may manifest. Like this one, the Mana Foyer. Like regular maps on the Atlas, you can select them at your map device, but unlike regular maps, these don't require an item to enter. It looks like this area is the abode of Cadero Perandus. Cadero is willing to offer valuable items in exchange for our gold. If you don't like what is on offer, you can reject it, and he will immediately offer another item. The next offer will cost more gold, but hopefully is much more valuable to you. If you don't have enough gold for the offered item, don't worry. Cadero is happy to wait for you to replenish your coffers. You can return to the area at any time. The anomaly will not disappear from the Atlas until you either purchase an item or reject all his offers. Anomalies are unique in this regard.
That's pretty cool.
Unlike other locations on the Atlas,
It's
these areas
like
can often be revisited.
it's kind of like betrayal.
Let's quickly run through a few of the anomalies that can manifest.
Crafting.
Reflecting Mists and the Nameless
A little
Seer
bit.
no longer randomly spawn within maps,
No!
but instead now appear in their own anomaly areas.
Oh.
Scrying is no longer the domain
Yeah,
of the
right.
Nameless Seer, but instead can be done through the new, tradable Scrying Orb. Some anomalies grant a taste of League mechanics you might not normally run, without having to be fully invested into them. For example, this anomaly creates a random, fully revealed heist blueprint wing, with random rogue companions. This anomaly has a version of the Sacred Grove, where the plants have fully taken over. This strongbox seems to have a strange
That
mechanism.
looked like death.
Atlas anomalies are unaffected by your Atlas
That
entry,
harvest looked like he
and
was
you can't
standing in
augment them
death,
using any
about to
fragments.
erupt.
Therefore, they can be run at any time without feeling like they have to be saved for later to maximize the potential rewards. There
At
are
least they
many
got
more
like a
Atlas
bit of the
anomalies to discover
Calandra
for
League
yourselves, each
now
of them tied
back
to a
into
specific
PoE
Atlas
1.
quadrant. It is therefore worth discovering which ones can spawn in each part of the Atlas,
Good
as it
old
may
Calandra
influence
League.
what Atlas strategy you wish to pursue. So that is a heap of new challenges to encounter, from the League and the in-game. But you may be asking, what new tools do we have to face these challenges? In 329, we are giving a bit of love to spellcasters, specifically those that cast spells themselves. But first, let's address the elephant in the room that astute players may have noticed. Yes,
Dude, Mark
I'm
is a
talking about those
memester.
socket colors.
He's just
So,
sneaking them
after
in
the
there.
better part
They're
of
very
2
subtle,
decades,
but he's
in
memeing.
329,
He's
we're making a
memeing
fairly
on
radical
live
change.
TV right now.
Sockets, at a basic level, don't have colors anymore. You can now put any colored gem into any socket. We're doing this to address a long-running issue for both new and experienced players. I'm sure almost
Thank
everyone who
you!
has played before has run into the issue of finding a notable upgrade and have struggled to find a way to equip it. Maybe you find an amazing body armor, one that would give you a substantial boost to your defenses.
I'm at the edge of my
Just
seat right
can't
now.
move your skill or support gems over because the colors of the sockets just don't match. And
Yes.
you didn't luck out with your chromatic orbs. It's not fun when you have to unequip a bunch of skills or supports just to use a better item.
True.
This can still happen with the socket numbers and socket links.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
not like it's just purely trivial, but the colors were just unnecessary. And not only prevented upgrading gear, it limited build experimentation. So, given that, what do the colors on gems with regards to sockets even now mean? Well, the colors on gems for sockets are still relevant, just as an upgrade system. You can still find items with colored sockets, and you can craft them onto items. They are just rarer and more powerful. Most importantly, they don't restrict what can be socketed into them. So how are they more powerful? Well, if you were to find an item with, say, a green socket, you can put a green gem inside of it to get an additional quality bonus to that gem.
What?
This allows socket colors to be a purely
What?
positive outcome on an
Oh,
item,
that solves
while
the
not just simplifying the
GPC
system away.
issue.
You can also still change the color of sockets on your items using a chromatic
That's so
orb,
cool.
which now
Okay,
guarantees
yeah,
at least
that's a
one
good
red,
change. I like
blue,
that.
Or green socket. This change will make it easier for everyone to upgrade items and maintain
Yeah,
their
you don't
build,
get like stuck
especially
like
while progressing.
you got a good item in
Speaking
your
of
back
builds and
pocket,
gems,
but you just
we
can't
wanted
get
to
the
make sure
colors
we
right
improve
at
some
the
of
league
those,
start.
Specifically,
That's so
for
good for league
spellcasters.
starting.
Let's get into that. Spellcasters have a large number of different skills to choose from, but often many skills play and scale in similar ways. We have done a pass through existing spells, differentiating spell damage types from each other. For example, Shadow's physical spells, like Ethereal Knives and Bladefall,
Oh
now
my
have
goodness.
a much higher critical strike chance than other spells at the expense of damage. Pure lightning
Slamified
now
spells.
all have generally higher cast speeds, but they cost more mana per second than other spells. We noticed
looks
some
cool.
of the Ascendancy classes for Shadow, Witch, and Templar were lacking options for general spellcasting, so we've added a new notable to the Assassin, the Occultist,
Why does Assassin get love?
and the Inquisitor.
Put him to bed. New
We are
ascendancy
also
time.
introducing a
Put
new
him to
skill,
bed.
Mana-infused Staff.
No more.
That infuses your staff with arcane energy, raising your block chance and reducing the mana cost of your spells. In addition, when you are hit by an
Spell
enemy,
block?
you retaliate with a wave of arcane lightning, dealing
We're a
damage based on the
spellcaster
maximum
with
mana.
Block quarterstaff?
One of the struggles we noticed with certain self-cast archetypes was that they lacked a scaling option in the endgame. In 329, we're adding a special new set of exceptional skill gems called Pacts. Each pact is themed around a specific Beyond demon and Lycia. You can make a bargain with these demons to empower your spells, but at what cost, you may ask? Well, these spells don't have a typical cost, but instead cause the player to gain a special affliction debuff. Don't worry too much though, the rewards will be worth it. For example, Pact of Baydat causes
Until
many
you
of
get
your
the one
different
thing that
spells
like
to
murders
cause
your
a
build.
ruckus. While Pact of Gore is for dot builds. Using this pact will plague your enemies. Just cast it and watch everything around you melt. I wonder what Pact of Lycia and Pact of Katash do. We won't go into the specifics of all the balance changes we are making here, but there are many more caster improvements, including buffs to specific spells and supports, buffs to caster unique items, as well as more and better ways to solve mana. Check out the patch notes later for all the details. Next up, we're going to be talking about the new supporter packs for Curse
Gross.
of the Allflame.
So spell
Today,
war Christ?
we're
What?
launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Plague
Oh.
and Remedis packs.
I think that's it.
Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points,
Get your-
alongside several exclusive microtransactions.
Get your credit cards ready.
As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic
It-
and do not affect your character's
Except
power
for that
or
last
progression
little bit.
in any way. The Plague series of supporter
Everything
packs
else was
contains
pretty
7
good,
exclusive
but they-
microtransactions.
what they were showing off.
Equipping the Plague weapon skin replaces the
Now I
default
just need the patch
appearance of your
notes.
staff, sword, mace,
It
or
works
shield
now.
with a weapon that has been submerged in corrosive toxins.
You
The
say
Plague Rat Pet is the result of a nefarious experiment. When a unique enemy is nearby, it faints as a defensive mechanism to protect its fragile body so it can continue to spread
all the
disease.
background explosions
The
from
metal of the
Minecraft
Plague
popping
Bearer
off.
armor set has corroded, and the cloth has begun to disintegrate from being exposed to such toxic elements.
I mean,
It includes the Plague Bearer back attachment, which spreads
all the
disease
changes
across the
for the
ground
most
in town
part.
areas, maximizing the chance
Really
of
good.
infection. A diseased swarm infects your weapon when using the Plague Bearer weapon.
I wish they would delete the breach
Use it
tree.
alongside the erupting pustule's rare finisher effect.
Get
to
that out
spread
of
vile
get
and
that out of
devastating
PoE
disease
1.
to monsters you
Leave
kill.
it in PoE 2. Go ahead.
Activating the Plague Wraith map device
Get it out
causes
of
the
PoE
plagued
1.
energy to flow from the chained being.
Dookie.
Given the goal of spreading such illness is to end the lives of as many as possible, the map device tracks kills in kind, showing you the number of enemies killed in each map, sorted by rarity. Feel free to even pin the count of enemies slain in a map to the leaderboard at your leisure. Pair it with the putrefying portal to fully
With a
immerse yourself
leaderboard?
in the Plague Propagator experience. Both the map device and the portal emit such a potent
So you just gotta go, like,
that
pack
even the
size
birds flying
maxing?
overhead cannot survive as they plummet to the ground around it. The Remedis Pack series also contains 7 exclusive microtransactions. The Remedis weapon
I was
set
about to say,
changes
was
the
that another
appearance of your
Kiwi?
staff, wand, scepter, or shield, with relics once used by the Order of the Remedis Knights against the plague. The Medi Roa Pet is
Oh, it's a
kitted out
Roa.
with all the supplies necessary
was like,
for
what?
healing in remote locations.
Another one.
Strangely, these Roas seem to have a particular fondness for goblin meat.
Nice.
The Remedis Knight armor
Nice.
set is bestowed
There you
upon
go.
those tasked with traveling through
From now
Raidblast
on,
to purge
they're
the sick
just
of
going to
their
release
diseases.
supporter
The
packs that
matching
just
back attachment
murder the
cleanses
goblin
disease
troop.
left behind
They
on
had the
ground in
shark and
town areas
now
by
that.
the Plague Bearer back attachment. It's an important job of a Remedis Knight to not let disease take over. Help by doing your part. The Remedis Knight weapon effect funnels the
That's
divine
pretty funny.
power of purification into your weapon.
Mark's
Return to the
memeing.
Saints' End
Mark's
Monastery
memeing.
hideout to recuperate from your purifying duties. Once a thriving center for curing ailments, this monastery has slowly wasted away while lying unused.
Selling
If
a
you're feeling
solution
brave
to the
enough,
problem they
there's even a
created.
platform to dive into the purifying waters below before
Yeah.
washing back up at the base of the hideout.
Playing that
Last, but
5D
not
chess.
least, use the Reservoir of Benediction Affinity Stash to store all of your elixirs.
Benediction.
This stash opens to your stash tab with the Flask Affinity set. Additionally, all microtransactions from the supporter packs are available for use in Path of Exile 2. We're looking
2?
forward to seeing which of you choose to become the plague and spread disease across Rayclast, or those who wish to fight against it by becoming a Remedis Knight. Thank you so much for your
So
ongoing support.
loathsome dung eater
We're just about to start the
versus,
Q&A with Ziggy D.
uh,
Afterwards,
you know,
we'll post the full
weeb.
patch notes